Well, hello, everybody. Hope all was good on this Sunday rainy afternoon. Cold, sunny, cold, Sunday rainy afternoon. So, mouthful. Jesus, hello, Jesus, how you doing? Jesus says, first, yeah, first. Jesus is first. Jesus is always first. Well, Jesus says, pretty good. Nap was splendid. I bet so. I sat there beside the fire this afternoon. Just kicked back in my chair. It felt good. Daryl, said Randy. Hello, Daryl. How you doing? I see little life got into the green machine. Daryl said, Jordan. Jesus said, Lo. Jesus says, hey, Daryl. How's everybody doing today? Or this afternoon, so to speak. Yep, now that it runs, it's time. Yes, I told Randy, if we wasn't careful, we're going to be behind now. We really need to step up our game here. Daryl says to rip it apart. That's right. We got to get everything ready for next year. Randy's up moving around. We really need to step up our game. We got to get back at it. Daryl says, migraine, that's not good. I can't stand them. Uh-oh, Randy, I like this. Tiggus Bitty's got a butterfly tattoo on my thing for Thanksgiving this year. Oh, man. That'd be he's done her hollering. He likes that name. That'd be a hell of a sight there. What happened to the names in the back? Two people didn't renew back. We got two more that came on board, so I've got to go order the new names to go up. So, if people support, that's great, and their name goes up. But if they don't renew, it's not fair to the people that do pay. So, we got two just coming. They've been. I'll have to order them tomorrow. And the two that didn't renew, we just they fall off. They if they go back and renew, then they'll go back up. We don't throw them away. Let's see. User says, "Hey Randy, I'm sure Long Ranch is watching with my girl Beth." He hasn't said anything yet, but I'm sure he'll check in. Jesus says, okay." Like I said, it's just part of the for the people that pay and help out. It's for them. Lee says, Biddies, I got a similar one, but it's on the caterpillar. When I flex, it turns into a butterfly. I hear you. But it says some people, banks remove it every month, so they think it's a scam. Yeah, and that's it. More, hopefully, they'll just pop back on and I stick them right back up. It ain't no big deal. I just, it's not fair to the ones that do. So, like I said, hopefully it'd be awesome if they come back. I don't really like taking them down. It's aggravating, but I want to redo it anyway. So, and I got two more coming up, so I got to try to keep it even. Let's see. Matt says, hello, my brother. Hello, Matt. Daryl says they might not have known. They might not. But if they come in and they don't see their name, at least they can check. Max sent 100 for 2 jewels. John there said, what's up? Hello, Jacob. Max sent another 100 for 2 more jewels. Thank you, Max. Big boy said, what's up, y'all? Pops, hello. Carlo. Matt said, I won and 270 on email. Awesome. Hey, man. Share the love. John Deere says, no hard feelings. Well, let me, thank you, Max. Let me catch up. No hard feelings, and I hope I don't make you mad, but I think Nick membership's a scam. The stupid reason I don't do it. John Deere, you don't make me mad. Not by no means. Nobody has to do it. I don't really push it. Yes, it helps out. Every dollar helps, but I completely understand. Max sent a bunch of coupon. Let's see, I believe it's 13 for 102 joules. So he just sent a lot there. Thank you, Max. Matt says I am lucky. I'm feeling lucky today. Yes, I bet you are. Daryl said 40 minutes long tonight. Jesus says won't be there tonight. Sorry. Carlos says, sup, Mac? I think the last night's video still has not uploaded, and we've got one that's downloading right now. I mean, that's exporting right now for tonight. So I don't know how it's going to come about. I don't want to schedule another one until that one's up. So it may go down as not having one for today. I have no idea. But Aaron said hi. Hello, Aaron. Matt says I got a sketch yesterday on my YouTube channel. Daryl says big. Meant to go back and check something I got to read, and I'm sorry. I wanted to see something here. And nothing's to show. All right, where am I at here? Let's see. Daryl said the last week I haven't had many. Matt says I can go live and more. Awesome. Carlos says, how are you tonight, Pops? I'm doing good. It's been kind of a weird day. Corda says, why didn't you slide for Von Twin? I didn't know nothing about it. Aaron said, raising here outside of the Fayetteville, North Carolina. Rainy. It's raining here too, Aaron, in Denton, North Carolina. I know people's going to say we need it, but I don't like it. Matt said until 7 days. KSMG said some support. Yeah, some support would be awesome. Something's better than none. And then some people say some will make you dumb so you can't have none. I don't know. Daryl said my membership run through my shop account, so they shouldn't ever drop off. That's kind of the way it is with us. Randy runs it through, so ours shouldn't drop off, but I don't really know how it works. I just noticed that there was 2 missing because we got 2 more. We're averaging the same. It's just 2 dropped off, and then there may be a mistake. I don't know, but if it comes up, they back up. We'll put them right back up there because it's all about support on both ends. Let's see. JP says pre-recorded stream. Nope, this is live. It's live stream. KSMG says y'all heard the man. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys, please. Yeah, JP's got thumbs up. Thank you. Yeah, we got 16 people in, 14 thumbs up. We've, let's see, how long does it say we've been in here so far? 9 minutes. We done got 14 thumbs up. Cool. Thank y'all. See, Baby Mom said, Mr. Clean, I love your videos. Mr. Clean, show me all, Mr. Clean. You watch them all. They all right there for everybody to see. That's pretty much our day-to-day life. I really like to get back into the more of the car stuff. I'm really falling behind on it. I really like my car videos and stuff, so I'm really ready to get back on it. This JOB really gets in my way. Baby mama is sending YouTube goals and jewels and people, and thank you. Awesome. Appreciate it.
Why are you lying to these poor people?
What
This
is-
is definitely a pre-recorded stream, don't you?
I know, right? Pre-recorded for your pleasure.
A pre-recorded live stream. I don't know how we could do that. I'm technologically advanced, but not that much. I gotta get something out of the Randy files here.
See, Jacob says, you crack me up, Randy. You start something, Mr. Clean. Laughing, sorry for laughing. Don't be sorry for laughing. Anytime you can laugh and feel good, buddy, go ahead.
Let's see. I gotta make sure nobody sees the Randy files here.
I'll tell you what, if you find a cup, I sure would like to have a cup of ice, a clean cup, that is. Jesus says, hey, R3.
Hello.
Daryl said, what would you name that, Randy? I'm leaning towards if it's
The green
if
bean.
it stays green, Goblin. If it's changed color, Bernie. I like Goblin. I think Goblin's pretty cool. I like Bernie. That's cool. But it'd be cool if you left it kind of green, and since they don't make Sprite no more, it'd be cool to paint it up like a old Sprite can.
Oh, she broke an egg.
Oh well.
She dropped it right on her rug.
They ain't used to crying about broken eggs, is it?
Oh, hey, this back brace makes a little bit of difference.
It does. It helps a lot.
No, you are not. You're gonna sit right
Let's see. Jacob said, Bigfoot behind you again. Lord.
I'm still going.
I'll be back in a minute. Oh yeah, I'm with them 4-year-old.
Find me a cup with some ice. Find me a cup with some ice, please.
I see that smirky jackass. You wait. I got a dang gel blaster with your name on it.
Oh well. Let's see. Livy says, I'm here, but barely. Well, it'll be okay. Daryl said, hey, baby girl, she done gone now. Grandma said, hi, Pops, and hi, Mac. Jacob said, you better watch him. He gets you back for the last time you put something in your car. I know, right? Jane said, hey, oh, hello, Jane. Grandma said, hi, Olivia. Daryl said, Ghostly and Grandma. Daryl said, Jane. Jesus said, hey, oh. Grandma said, hi, Jacob. And Jane said, hi, Daryl. Jane said, aloha, Grandma. If I didn't say it, Jane also said hi, Daryl. Grandma said hi, Jordan. And Grandma said hi, Jane. Jane says, Grandma, how you feeling? Jesus said, Jordan, lol. Oh, I see. She said, Jacob, it's Jordan. Did I call you Jacob? I probably did too. Jesus says, yeah, oops, sorry. Who's Jacob? Jacob is, I had to think. I'll figure it out in a minute. Sorry, Jordan. Jesus, Olivia says, hey, everyone, Jacob. There's Jacob. Jacob's John Deere. Jacob said, what's up, Grandma V? Missed you on live stream. Hope you getting better. Much love. John Deere Faith Turbo. Grandma said, still not too good. Blessed. Jesus says, no, she spelled it wrong. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. Daryl said, John spelling that much, not with us. Grandma said, thank you, Jacob. There's a lot of names to keep up with, much less the spelling. told them not to leave my chips out. Man, them youngins don't listen. Hard head. Let's see what we got here. Brute says, hi, from India, everyone. In my culture, we worship cow. I made it fun of my other culture because I consume cow. Yeah, you said that the other day. Like I said the other day, to each its own. Whatever you worship, we understand, and we're more power to you. We don't, but that's the thing about freedom. You are free to, we invite you in and welcome you in. However, whatever you do with the cow or the cow poop, that's up to you, or the cow urine for that matter. Jacob said, what's up, Middle Art? Yes, I'm Jacob. Did you get confused, Randy? Well, I thought I had called Jesus Jacob, but what I had done, somebody misspelled it. So I don't know if I did it wrong or not. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Bruce says, exactly. Thank you. That's right. That's what I'm saying. That's everything's to each his own. We don't, we listen. We do not judge. John Deere said, dang it. Autocorrect. Sorry, Metal Art. RH 6761. Do you remember our conversation from September where you wanted, No, 67, 61. I don't remember the conversation because I don't think we had it. Jesus said, weirdo. He just, like I said, he's just trying to get, I try to read ahead as I go so I can kind of catch it, but he's just trying to get to everybody's goat. Don't let him. Grandma said, hi, Brute. Jacob said, that's kids for you. Always miss him, but if they didn't know me, there's just kids, but they got to teach them. Maybe someday they'll have some. Maybe they'll have some respect, but you never know. Not with the kids nowadays. Let's see. Jacob says, Lord, dang, autocorrect, they don't know better than what I mean. I know, it's kind of hard reading it too, but I got what you said. I know what you meant. Jesus said, it's just going to get worse. Yeah, it is. I mean, it really is. Carlos says, I'm back, y'all. Sorry, I had to go. John said, hey man, who would win in a Mr. Best or Andy Frank? I have no idea. Grandma said, hi, big boys toys. See, Grandma said, who that? Justin? Nope, that was Randy come in here. I asked him to get me a cup of ice. Jane says, hi, Carlo. Freedoms says, like your eagle in the background. Thank you, Freedoms. Jane says, hi. Jacob, Grandma said, how is Randy 3? He's doing good. He's getting better every day. You know, he's pushing himself to the limit. Probably a little bit more than he should. He wore himself out the other day, but he's getting along pretty good. So it's only a matter of time where we can all just sit around and laugh about it. Carlos says, hello, Grandma, sweetheart. Jane says, how's Stephen doing with his new adventure? I haven't heard from him. He did, he reached out the other day, he needed some mail, so I had to mail him something, but I've not heard any more from him. I do know he goes back to work December 1st, but I haven't heard any more from him, so I have no idea. I guess it's not bad, or he would have called. Grandma said, hi, Freedoms. Carlos says, hello, Jane. Daryl said, new adventures. Yeah, he moved to South Dakota. Freedom said, hi, Grandma. Freedom says, y'all keep it rolling, 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 rolling. John Deere says, TMI, big boy toys. I'd imagine the weather's a little worse there than it is here. Mr. W. Tuber says, South Dakota, I heard that, my old country. Yeah, I have no idea. I've never been there. I guess I'm going to have to make a trip. He asked me what he moved out there, and now he's going to move again in a couple months. Rapid, I believe it is Rapids, where he's moving to on his second move. And when he moves to it, he wants me to take his stuff there, all of his stuff from the house there. So that's another reason I'm wanting a trailer for Vivo, so I can just load it all up and go take it as I go. I was gonna let him rent a U-Haul, and then I was gonna drive out there and fly back, and I still may. I don't know. Let's see. Carlos said, "Sup, Jacob, TMI, question mark." YouTuber said, Six Falls, make it there. Grandma said, Randy 3. Jane says, I concentrated on the live. Pops, I haven't had TV on in forever, so it was watching something and the remote stopped working. Of course, no batteries in sight, but I finally won the fight. There you go. Jane says, dang thing lost the fight. Jacob says, big boy toys meaning too much information. I don't want to know about you and you're doing your bathroom work. Yuck. Bathroom yuck's what he said. Grandma says, hi, Mr. W. Tuber. Grandma said, is he walking? Yes, Grandma, he is walking. I think this is day 13 or 14 that he's been able to walk. He don't have the walker, the chair, or nothing. He just goes now. He just gets tired real quick. Daryl says they have 1 month a year for summer, so plan wisely. Oh, well, they said that's where that big bike rally is. Scourges. I've always wanted to go to it, so I may shoot out there just to see him and see what that's all like. I don't know yet. And this may not last. I have no idea what it's going to. This is an adventure. I'm just going to have to play by ear, I guess. Mr. W. Tuber said hi. Carlos says, oh, okay, Jacob. Jane said, Jacob, if you notice, it's his ritual. It's his real routine. Sorry. For Carlo. What do you mean, Jane, if I noticed? Said Jacob. Bubbles says, do you like ball pythons? I do not like snakes. Blazing says, hi, you're awesome. Chase your dreams. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Thank you for saying I'm awesome, and I am chasing my dreams right here at this shop. Sometimes I feel like I'm running in circles, but hey, I'm chasing them. Bubbles said, hi. Carlos says, Lowell, Jane. Jane says, Carlo will go get coffee, then breakfast. Blazer says, hi, you're awesome. Chase your dreams. Thank you. Jane says, then poop. Blazer says, hi, you're awesome. Chase your dreams. Jacob says, what do you mean, Jane, if you noticed that? That must be something weird. I know. Sure enough, he come through twice. Huh. Anyway, Grandma said, hi, Bubbles. Daryl said, Sturgis is cold enough for a coat at night. Oh, really? Blazing says, hi, you're awesome. Chase your dreams. And Grandma said, hi, Blazing. Freedom says, what kind of shop? Mechanic and tire? It's actually tire and muffler shop. Randy bought it, and we both work for the railroad, but we bought it to do YouTube and work on our burnout cars and that's kind of what we've done. It's 9 bays, 8,000 square foot, and it's full of cars, all of our stuff. We don't do mechanic work, not for other people. We do sell wheels, tires, and we'll mess with exhaust a little bit, but we don't really, we'd rather sell the tires, but we really just sell tires to help pay the bills. We want to do our own stuff here. Jacob said, Grandma V, did Grant ever recover at them 2 pieces of pumpkin pie and getting a belly cake? Not trying to make you mad. Jane said, yeah, something strange. I don't have to explain again to do Jacob. No. JTD, how many guns you own? Quit counting. Grandma said, the only one that matters is the one that points to the people that's coming in here when they don't belong. Grandma said, that's a blessing. Thank you, Jacob, and God keep blessing him. Luca said, hey, Dad, hello. Grandma said, hi, Jack. Freedom says, wow, check out Southern Tire Mart. Good Christian man who owns it. Cool. Jacob said, no, Jane, I ain't going to make you. I just wondering what you just wanting. Aiden, I may say it wrong, says, how old are you? 56. Jane said, Grandma, I was fighting the remote when I asked, how are you feeling? Aiden said, hi. Grandma said, hi, Lusa. Carlos said, and now I'm going to brew up some peppermint tea. Be right back. Jacob says, hi. Evan says, how old are you? I'm still 56, same age I was last time you asked. Freedom says, big distributor. Torta says, Torta, we're not speaking to that. I'm not reading it either. So if you want to talk like you got some sense, we'll be glad to have it. We don't do that stuff in here. Jesus says, I'll be back. Case says, my favorite shot is 12-point buck yesterday. Cool. Lee said, did you do tender bit last night? Did I do the tender bit last night? No, I don't know what you did last night. Amateur said, I see you in my phone. See, Mr. Iceman, always wondering if you're always at home or work, sir. This is actually my son's shop. We do YouTube here. We both work for the railroad. I work 4 10-hour days, but after work every day, I come here and I do a live every day at 6 p.m. Try to do it every Sunday morning for breakfast. Don't always happen on that one, but unless something's wrong, I'm here every day at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Let's see. Mr. Iceman said, which is it? Which is it? What? You probably typed it after I answered. Anyway, John Deere says, Big Boy Toys, you from UK, aren't you? Australia, Jacob. You guys love tea about a gallon, don't you? I love tea that much, but I still drink it a lot. His tea is like our coffee, but he's in Australia. Grandma said, hi, Lee. And Grandma says, hi, Iceman. Amateur says, I hear your voice in my speakers. Hello. Mr. Iceman said, 14-hour days. Damn, man. No, 10-hour days. I work 4 10-hour days. James says, I have an 8-point buck scroll through my backyard in the middle of town every once in a while. IG not us blues says, why American love guns? Because we can. It's our right. Lee says, and we like to protect ourselves. Lee says, I met a girl on Tinder. And she likes to do stuff with her feet. So it told me to tell. Yeah, you said that the other day. That's funny. It was, yeah, cool. Let's see. Not Us Blues says, why not call home gunland? Because it's called American land. Freedom says, railroads are a good work, backbone of the supply chain. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. Everything you touch at some point has been affiliated with railroads somehow. John Deere said, okay. Carlos says, I'm back, y'all. John Deere says, I hear your voice in my speakers. Hello, darling, it's me, Randy. You ain't making me mad, Jacob. Not at all. Eric Smith said, I don't have guns, but I got knives. You got to protect yourself. That's exactly right. I don't much care for a knife, but if you don't have a gun, then you get whatever you got. Lee said, Earth is flat. That's your opinion. Unless you can tell me you've seen the ends of the earth and see that it's flat, you can't make me believe any different. I can't make you believe it's round because I've never been all the way around the world. Everybody's got facts on either way, so I'm not saying nobody's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's not what I was taught, and like I said. John Deere said, where's Kitty? I don't know. I've not seen Kitty tonight yet. Not yet. Jane said, Eric, knives can be just as dangerous. That's right. Grandma says, hi, Eric. Eric says, this is a different one. Says, why does Israel have so much influence on the U.S.? I have no idea. I don't really study it. I think there's something to do with oil, but I really don't know. Jane says, Grandma, you okay? John Deere says, hi. Tito says, I invested in railroad stocks. Grandfather was a railroad man. I probably should have. Prince says, I want an AI girl robot slave. I'd love to have one myself. I'm with you. Daryl said, says it's right in the Bible. So, in the Bible. So, well, like I said, I've never read that. So, I have no idea one way or the other. Lee says, have you ever used the globe to navigate? Nope. I am not good with navigation. I do have a world map up here for people. They put in there, they tell me where they at, and I put the pin in for their name, but I've played with the globe when I was young, you know, but I've not messed with it, no. Let's see. Daniel said, cheers. Grandma said, so, Jane still hurt bad. Go Tuesday back to the Colorados for results. Prince says, my man. Kate says, can we see the six-pack? I don't even have a six-pack here. I got a eight-pack, I believe it is, and Pepsi's down there, but I'm not walking down there to get them. Freedom says, if you know what a railroad is, my grandfather was the way. I do know what one is. I carry one around in the truck. We also call it a roadmaster. Same thing, spelt a little bit different. John Deere said, I know the world's round. People just scary and maybe an idiot not trying to defend nobody, just an opinion. Like I said, I can't tell you one way. I know how I have been raised, but again, I'm not telling anybody they're right or wrong. I have no idea. Adam, Greaseball said, what's up, y'all? Hello, Adam. Lee said, at the map, flat? Yeah. Globes are round, too. Grandma said, hi, Adam. Jane said, hey, Adam. Olivia says, yes, those kind of language. Let's see if I can. I can't believe I've got to translate the English. Welcome back, Carlo. How are you, my friend? Adam says, hi, Grandma. Gabriel says, good afternoon, brother. How are you and your family doing? Brother, doing great. Hope you and your family are. Kate said, Lord. Adam said, Jane. Daryl said, Adam. Prince said, who's Adam? Adam is Grease Spot Garage TV. Got a beautiful car. Daryl painted, fixed He's restoring it. Daryl painted and everything. A beautiful car. If you haven't seen it, go to Grease Spot Garage TV and look at it. And you can actually go to the videos on Metal Art Custom and watch it being done. It's all there on the videos. Beautiful car. Eric says, I'm in my 30s. Can I start a career in the trade? You can do anything you want. You got plenty of time. Grandma says, hi, Gabriel. Adam says, I am Adam. The real Adam, that is. Jane said, Eric, you can learn to trade at any age. Adam says, hello, Olivia. Gabriel says, I'll switch my name to Officer Rodriguez. Oh, okay, I got you. Rodriguez. Okay, now I got you. I remember the other name. I wondered where you been. John Deere said, Earth is round, maps are flat. Makes sense. Don't, whoever's saying that. Adam said, Daryl. Freedom says he was a detective for CSX or whatever it was in the 60s. My grandma owned stock until she passed. Yes, a lot of people don't know, but CSX has their own police. If we have to call something in, we got our own police that we call it in too. Jane says, hi, Gabriel. Olivia says, hello, Adam. Zoe says, hey, from Scotland. Hello, from Scotland. Knightley retracted their message, and Grandma said, hi, Zoe. Mike said, hello, everyone. Mike, the video still has not uploaded. I think I need to restart the computer, but I can't restart it while it's trying to upload. So, I guess it's the weather taking forever. Oh, well. Grandma said, hi, Mike. Jane said, hi, Mike. Jewish sent floating heart for 10 jewels. Thank you. Olivia said, Mike, how's the work on the Fox body going? Jane said, hi, Zoe. Daryl said, Ghostly, why are you gibbering up in the chat? She's trying to keep me from reading her stuff. Little turkey. Three-Wheeler says, hey, again. Gramps, how you doing, Three-Wheeler? Freedom says, God bless you, your son, and y'all's business. May it prosper. Well, thank you, Freedom. Really appreciate it. Hugh said, hello, Randy. How you doing, Hugh? Three-Wheeler said, metal. Hugh says, Daryl. Jane says, Max. Grandma says, 3. And Olivia says, I don't know. I feel like speaking English. I don't feel like speaking English, she said. Hugh said, hello, 3. Mike said, your computer froze like everything else. Yeah, evidently. Hugh said, hello. Jane Brent said, what's up, Randy? Hello, Brent. Hope you're doing well. Hugh said, hello, Olivia. Three-Wheeler says, hi again, Jane. Hugh said, Mike. Grandma said, Brent. And Hugh said, Brent. Clay, the goat, let's try that. The goat said, hi. Jane said, Olivia is trying to let everybody know she knows other language. Daryl said, Three-Wheeler. Mike, Carlos says, I'm back, y'all. Daryl said, Hugh. Hugh says, hello, John Deere. John Deere says, hey, Grand Pedo Vic, miss your guys' live stream. Three-Wheeler says, hi, Grandma, Pivoto. I'll get it right in a minute. Hugh said, hello, Big. Grandma says, hi, babe. Olivia says, hi, Hugh. Hi, Hugh, Americo. Three-Wheeler said, John Deere. Jane said, hi. Hugh says, hello, Freedom. Rodriguez says, we still haven't found the serial killer that has been cutting off parts of female prostitutes' limbs. We just found another trailer that had 5 more bodies from the 10 we found a couple months ago. Ooh, that's bad. Jane said, hey, Brent. Carlos, what's up, Hugh? Whoop, whoop. Three-Wheeler says, hope Davey is live. Just an FYI. Hugh says, hello, Lovey. Mike says, hi, Hugh, Jane, Daryl, Olivia, and 3. Olivia, 3, Grandma, Carlos, Brent, and anyone else I missed. Carlos says, hello, beautiful Olivia. For August says, make American blue again. Blue hearts. Jane says, OMG, Gabriel, that's also awful. Freedom says hi. Hugh. John Deere says hi and hi. Three Wheeler. Alien says, can you sing I'm a Big Booty Gal? No, I don't know it, but I am a big booty gal. I like big butts and I like them large. Hugh says hello, Gabriel. Carlos says sup long. Mike says hi, JD. Libby says hello, Carlo, my friend. How are you? Hello, Carlo, my old friend. Freedom says, back the blue law enforcement and our military. Amen. Hugh said, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Let's see. Carlos says, I'm not bad. Thanks, Olivia. How are you? Question mark. What we got here? 11 people in, 26 thumbs up, and we have been live for, it's not telling me, 41 minutes. That's what it was. Let's see. Olivia says, I'm fine. Freedom says, hi long. John Deere said, big booty girl, laugh my butt off. As long as they don't. Good luck. They gotta look like the back of a Honda. Look at there, it just jumped us up to 29. Man, one more, I have 30. Awesome, but thank y'all. John Deere says, no, I like big, skinny butts, and I cannot lie. Order to do tonight. There's something about, they all look good, don't get me wrong, they're all female, but the curvy road's a lot better to travel. Boggy says, I think he's supposed to be hey, he's got they, unless not, yeah, I had to translate it to translating Olivia's language, so I'm sure he didn't mean to put they. I think it was hey. Anyway, Freedom says, like an old school vet, yes. Olivia says, hey, Buggy. Hugh says, hey, hello, Buggy. Jane says, hi, Buggy. Big Pulp. It's got something. Is that Hugs or Smiley? I really don't know what it is there. I can't really see good. Daryl said, Buggy. Let's see, where did this see, there's a Chinese person there. I'd say hello. I like people from different places. If you tell me where you're from, I may be saying it wrong. I want to say back Popin, but if you tell me where you're from, I'll put you on the world map. We do have a world map. It looked like you were from China, but welcome. Daryl said Boggy. Hugh says hello, South Korea. Is that what it is? Boggy says, yo, everybody. Shadow says, what's poppin'? Hugh said, smiley face and waving. Is that what it is? I'll wave back. Hugh says, hello, Shadow. Mike says, hi, Boggy. Shadow says, hi, hello. Jane said, classic car reviewers live. Said they had 16 inches of snow. Good Lord. Hugh said, South Korea. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine too. If they'll tell me who they are and come back, I will put a pin in for them. Make sure it wasn't just a fluke they come through. Olivia says, I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night, Olivia. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. I hope you feel better. Hugh says, have a great night, Olivia. Mud Puppy says, where are you from? The shop is in Denton, North Carolina. Where you got your cattle grazing at? Mud Puppy? Daryl said, see you, Ghostly. John Deere laughing. Boggy says, but it's only 6. You all right, kid? Freedom said, Mississippi here. Let me write the Mississippi down. We'll put you in a pen. We'll get on that right after the live. If Randy's still here, I'll put his butt to working on it. Hugh said, yeah, South Korea, according to her channel. Jane says, Bob, Olivia. I'll put a pin in because she did come in and post a chat, so I'll put a pin in for her. I'll do if you're still watching. I appreciate it. Boy, guess something seems really off. Hugh says Olivia don't seem right tonight. Frida, yeah, her friend left. She's kind of lonely. Freedom says know some good Christian people in Midland, North Carolina. I don't know anybody in Midland, North Carolina. Daryl said, I feel that, Buggy. Lotus says, hello, what's this all about, Governor? Same old. Buggy says, Carlos said, just check my sugar. We're smitten high. Took some meds to bring them down. Lotus said, what up, Buggy? Buggy said, yo, Lotus. Hugh says, hello, Lotus. Lotus says, hi, Hugh. Carlos said, what's up, Lotus? James says, Lotus. Lotus says, Olivia, what's up, Olivia? She's done gone. She's gone to bed early. Lotus said, hey, Jane. Grandma says, hi, Lotus. Boggy says, that ain't it. She's talking to him on a daily. Oh, well, I have no idea then. She really hasn't said anything. I don't know. Lotus says, hi there. Freedom says they own a big earth moving company there. Cool. I sure wish I had some of their equipment here for about a week or 3. Grandma got Vivo. Looks like I can't tell what the one is. Waving in peace. John Deere says, do you write down the guy from Scotland? No, I did the other day, and I put a pin in for him from Scotland. He come in before.
Can we surprise him? Shut
Yeah.
Daddy out.
Shut Daddy out.
Shut
Your daddy's got a job to do now. I done got him in here now.
What's the job to do?
You got to find all these, put pins in.
I heard Grandma asked about me. I'm doing well. Hope you are, Grandma.
She didn't know that you were walking.
Oh, hey, I'm walking.
So Grandma says, hi, baby girl. I hear baby girl, not hi. Says, I hear baby girl.
Oh, you said hey to Scoots. Hey,
Yep,
hey,
Carlos got my pictures in. What is that picture right there?
That's your piston blown apart.
What's that one?
That's
That
your
burnout?
Yeah.
And what's that one?
I don't know.
Okay. Hugh said, hello, Scoots. Jane said, still going, she's still going strong. She's wide open.
Yeah,
Wide
maybe
open.
she ain't making it home.
Carlos says, hey, Junior.
Hey, Carlo.
Lotus says, how
We're
long
going to
till
Denver.
R3 get back to work? We're hoping
First of the year.
the first of the year. He could go, I think, a little bit earlier, but they basically told him that everybody that does the thing on the railroad is on vacation. So they wouldn't even try it until the first
And I
of the
gotta
year.
figure out if I can even see my damn doctor.
Yeah, and he's got to have a doctor and another x-ray before they can clear him. So we're shooting for he is shooting for the first of the year. Freedom says, amen, Proverbs 17:6. Proverbs 17:6. Lotus, I'm sure the short, slow train misses him. I know, right?
Yeah,
Like
they
you said,
definitely
something has struck her brain yesterday, and she has gloomy spoke in a different language all day since last night. Oh, well, if you find out what it is, Boggy, tell her we hope the best.
Because she was talking in English before.
If we can help, we will. Drain Vin said hi. I don't know exactly how to say that, but James says hi, Drew. Baby girl's trying to wave. Gonna wave. There you go. It'll show up in just a minute. I'm a little bit behind. Let's see. James says, my Drew and Candy. Freedom says, grandchild are the crown of old men. They are the glory of sons and their fathers. Proverbs 17:6. NASB. Hugh says, have an awesome night, everyone. You too. Hugh, thanks for stopping in.
Have a good one, Hugh.
He said the time clock's calling him. Boggy says, oh, well. Jane said, take care of Hugh. Boggy said, it's been a slurry mix, Randy. I understand. Might be the weather. Now listen, y'all have all them you want, but y'all need to start closing them up. I do not like chips that's been left open. She ain't heard a word I said. James says, take care of you, Boggy. Oh, I just read that. Daryl said, hi, baby girl. Daryl said, hey, baby girl.
Hi.
Said, Lotus said, I talked to her a few hours ago. She seemed she was hurting and low motivation. Grandma said, hi, R3, or Randy 3.
Hey,
and
Grandma.
Grandma said, hi, big girl.
Hi.
If you didn't hear Grandma, she said hi.
That's my own grandma.
No, that's our grandma.
Oh, had somebody from South Korea come in?
Daddy.
Yeah, they come in and spoke a minute ago.
What video?
James says, Buggy, did she get worn out from yesterday?
Where? Up here?
No way. Up there for that.
This place?
Yeah.
That's Russia.
Thunder said, well, if you're going to Grand, good night. He's got to go punch out. He's got about a mile walk to go to the time clock. Grandma said, I'm so very happy to see you walking again.
Thank you.
Michelle said, what's your husband's name? What's my husband's name? I don't have a husband. I am a husband, and he's a husband. But we're not husbands together. So if you're being sincere, that's my son. If you if you're being a smartass, you're in the wrong live. Antonio said, who's that in the back? That's my oldest son, Randy.
Hey, Antonio.
The one the tree fell on.
Hey, you were in here this morning, so I'm
Yep.
walking you around.
Yeah, he's, let's see, Lotus said, the best logger ever. Yeah.
Yeah, best tree man you'll never employ.
He likes carrying them on his back.
Look, I'm dying to cut your trees.
Or just about. Jane said, Antonio, where were you here in the live this afternoon? Boggy said, yeah, a bit I'm still quite sore from yesterday. Duckman said, I just found this live stream. What do you guys do? Here at the shop, we do sell tires and wheels, but we mainly work on our own stuff and burnouts, and we do YouTube pretty much put what we do on a day-to-day basis on. We do a video every day and a live stream every day.
I cut trees really badly.
Yes. Antonio said, yep. John Deere said, watch out, Randy. Bigfoot's behind you. Oh, made you look. Joking.
Damn it.
Jane said, hi, Duckman. Antonio said, sorry, I didn't know when I
We're sharing.
joined. I never seen him in that end. It's all good. Jane said, Antonio, it was your friend or relative that blew a motor a week or two ago. Top Fuel, maybe? Question mark. Love Sir Randy versus the Tree, round 2, sponsored by Steel Chainsaw.
Steel Chainsaw.
Buy your tickets today. Yes.
I think I got round 2.
Antonio said, relative. He tried round 2, and I took the saw away from him.
Bullshit.
Problem said, Jesus loves you and died for you. Hey, he loves you and died for you too. And Antonio said, it was my uncle. Has he got any of those parts that's still good off that motor? Maybe I can put on one of mine.
I don't think they're gonna bolt up, considering a top fuel's a Hemi.
Hey, silence. I kill you.
No, you're not.
I'm looking for good parts.
You know, trees are a lot scarier than you ever will be.
Carlos said, Lowell, Lotus. Let's see. Colton said, weird question. What's your opinion on UFOs and orbits? I don't know. I don't really think a lot about it. I don't really believe in outer space, aliens and shit like that. But
Here's my opinion about them.
I don't know. Could it happen? Yeah, I guess it could. That don't mean we're alone on this. Like I said, I don't think about it.
Here's my question. Everyone says, but the government confirmed they exist. When's the last time you trusted the government?
Well, that's part of the problem. Too many people trust them. Antonio says, I got a couple. Well, let's see if we can get a couple parts this way. That's
Again,
good.
Hemi. We have nothing here that's a Hemi.
Listen, I'm all for if I get enough parts, I'll buy a Hemi motor.
Or anything close to that.
Tell him to
size of
hush.
motor.
He's a Debbie Downer back there. He's been in this damn god-awful mood for a while now. Look, I feel so sorry for myself. We don't have the stuff to do what we need. Tell him. We'll figure it out. Oh, let's see.
Feed them, you clothe them, and send them to school. And they're still freaking stupid.
That's what I tried to tell him. Anyway, Lotus said, do trees fall in the same guy twice like lightning? I hope not. James says, okay, I realized what it was. You, Tony, right. When the live ended this afternoon, how much money when it went back kablooey. Buggy says, man, I need some Hemi parts. See? Everybody needs good Hemi parts. Hannah says, how are you? I'm doing great, Hannah. Hope you are. Shannon said, hey, all. Hello, Shannon.
Hello, Shannon and Hannah.
Antonio said, for repairs? Question mark. Isaiah Marlin said, hell, you work with crap load of aliens, but what? I agree with that message. I work with a bunch of dipshits.
Especially that bridge troll.
That's neither here nor there. How you doing, Ike? Grandma said, okay, everyone got to go. Husband about to out and it's still on. I will see you when I get home. God bless you and the family. Grandma, God bless you and your family too. Thank you for stopping in. Y'all be safe.
God bless, Grandma.
Boggy says, but I have a Hemi, actually 3. See, people out there needs good Hemi parts. Hannah said, relax, little Randy.
Oh, if you could see me right now, I'm pretty relaxed.
Lotus says, I need some genuine Jenny parts. Grandma said, hi, Shannon. Grandma said, hi, Hannah. James said, hi, Ike. Shannon says, hey, Grandma Vic. James says, take care, Grandma. Ike says, language, Rando, language. This is my life. Y'all do as I say, not as I do.
Oh, God, here we go.
Hannah said, hi, Vic. Daryl says, goodbye, Grandma. Boggy says, yeah, repairs. Carmen says, hey, everyone. Hello, Carmen.
Hey, Carmen.
Let's see. Hannah says, calm down. Antonio says, yeah, this, because I like you and your lovely family, I'm glad to give you guys free of cost. All right. Boggy says, take care, Grandma. Shannon says, howdy, how y'all like the cold weather? I hate the cold weather. I hate it with a purple passion. Carlos says, hi, Carmen. Daryl says, Boggy, got something fired up today. Boggy says, damn lucky old man. John Deere said, hey, just wants to get back at you for getting with him with the gun. Yeah, I know.
You know, I just about forgot about that.
He's a hateful thing.
Me?
Lotus
No,
said,
no.
did he say Vivo burnouts? Carlos said, Vivo's sleeping. Shannon said, me too. I tell y'all what, like I said in one of my one of my briefings, you get a quart of oil poured out and see how slow it pours out at 20 below zero and then pour one out at 100. Things move a lot better and quicker in the heat.
I bet you if it was still summertime, I'd recover quicker.
Yeah, Jane said Daryl got something fired up, but may not see it because it's on members channel. I don't think it was on members channel, was it? It was on a briefing, wasn't it? I mean a short. I think it was on a short. Daryl said R3, text me how you made the emojis.
Daryl, I'll have to figure it out again.
John Deere said, hit the like button, guys. Boggy said, it was the, my brain died, the Austin. Be still, girl. Carl said, Daniel Boone was a big man. Daryl said, Jane, you can stop with the innuendos anytime. Okay, it was. Charles says, howdy, sir. Hello, Charles. How are you and Bucky doing? Freedom said, philosophy at its best. Ike said, what JJ mumbling about? Oh, he's bitching about something. You know what JJ's doing. He's complaining about something. He can go to heaven and he can complain about it being too bright. The light's too bright. Jane said, hello, I'm peeking in those windows. Shannon said, I can hear him, but I can't see him. That's what he likes to do. He likes to see me on live, and he goes down there and he hollers, and he hides behind me. He creeping.
Just a creeping.
Let's see. Daryl said, nope, members. Was it members? I guess I got to see it because I'm a member. But I
talking
do.
about like the little pictures that y'all send?
No, what he's talking about right now is
No,
the
what
thing
he wants me to send him.
Oh, what was you wanting him to show you how to do? The pictures? The little emojis?
Oh, and the one's a hole in the block.
Let's see. Boggy says, nice, you get the title BS sorted. Manuel says, hi, I felt like hell last summer. It did, but it's better than this cold ass shit. Daryl said, okay, R3, Carlo, it's going to be 100.4 Fahrenheit here today in Australia. Man, if you need any help, let me know. I'll shoot on over and enjoy that time. YouTube said, it is possible that you're even more handsome since the last time I saw you. Hey, it's only beauty. It ages well. Yes, I look better than I did last time, but just for you. Letter said, sounds sicky, Carlo. And Tony said, wait, who's JJ? They call him Junior. Junior. Because I'm a junior, but everybody calls him Junior, but they call him Junior. So JJ, my son. Carlo said, yep, Lotus. Lotus says, I'll take it through. Charles said, Bucky is lying on the back of the Chevy asleep. John Deere said, Orby's gun is the tool because Randy's son quite now don't tell your dad. Joking. Boggy says, hell, yeah, it sounds like racing GIG time. Lotus said, it's 28 here. Hannah said, custom of metal art. Manuel showing some pictures, looks like of a little wavy guy. Carlos said, my kind of weather at Lotus. Boggy said, let's go to Australia. I got some cars that already need to straight. Yes, let's go. I'm ready to go. Jane said, Hannah, we don't understand what you're saying. Hey, chew with your mouth closed, girl. Let's see. Daryl says, I can't read that, Hannah. Lotus said, Charles, do you happen to have a air horn? This might be the time to use it. Shannon said, can I still call him Little Randy? Yes. We answer to just about anything.
I've been Little Randy my whole life. You can call me Little Randy.
I was until my father passed away, and now I'm no longer Little Randy, so it's his turn. Antonio says, wait right here. Don't end the live. I'm going to change my profile into Uncle Fox Body so you'll know what it looks like. Okay? Charles said, back seat of the Chevy. Took the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Lotus said, Boggy, summer naps pretty soon. Hannah said, keyword, Daryl. Dan says, never done stuffed a bird feather up my butt. Told me it was good for nutrition. Bad part about it is you believed it and done it. Boggy said, gnats. Lotus says, you don't know about summer gnats. Manuel says, I'm at home. Carlos said, Nationals, Boggy. Shannon says, thank you, little Randy. Lotus said, biggest burnout festival in the world. There are actually, Summer Nights is coming to Cletus this year. I would like to go. Huh? Next year. I'm sorry. Adam said, what up, Big? Panko's, I don't know how you say that either, but you look like a sort of guy who has 2 or 3 women chained up inside his basement. Not alive anyway. I don't need to change. Carlos said, sup, Grease. Hannah says, look, I told you, know 2 languages. Matt said, Dixon Myers. Don't know who that is. Daryl said, I'll be back. Boggy says, never heard. Hey, no, keep your mouth closed. I can't stand that. Let's see, Daryl said, I'll be back. Said, never heard this said as gnats. Daniel says, never stole my children in 2012 and sent them to, we wasn't even, never done was never part of nothing in 2012.
Never
So
done projects didn't exist.
exactly. So somebody's a liar. Your pants is on fire. Manuel said, the thing is, I don't have the title license. Adam said, Boggy. Lotus said, just what I've always heard it called. Freedom says, y'all need to come to cruising the coast in coastal Mississippi. I'd love to. I want to get out and go do things. That's what I want. Adam said,
I have the money to do things.
can't change it. Well, if we wait, we got money, we'll be dead. I'm just telling y'all, we hide behind don't have money, but we can make shit happen when we want to. Adam said, can't change the live ones. They make too much noise and they get caught. That's exactly right. Charles said, no, don't have an air horn, but Bucky has a wicked bass, Lotus. Oh, wicked bass, Lotus. He drives a Chevy, don't he? Michelle says, Michael says, Mike Hunt. Shannon says, have y'all seen the video of the permissions for this winter? No. No, I have not. I've heard it's supposed to be a bad winter, but we did find a solid brown woolly worm. That means no easy winter, I think, but that was just one. Lotus said, Grandpa laying down the law. Hannah said, my first language was Spanish, so that's why I know it so well.
I thought you were speaking Italian.
I don't even try to read it. I have no idea. I think it's awesome they know other languages. Michael says, Dixon Myers. He just said that. A broken record, I believe. Boggy said, that sounds gay, buddy. Manuel says, no, see you later, buddy. Okay, see you, buddy. Have a good one. Carlos said, not in Myers. Hannah says, hi, Adam. Manuel says, are you going to be live stream next week? I go live every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Central Time.
Eastern Standard.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard.
What he said. Dan said, never done siphon gas out of my 1984 Land Cruiser with our mouth and asked for Cajun season to improve the flavor. Yeah, I did. Your
Bad part
land,
is, you kissed me afterwards.
bad part about it is, will you please use high test? It tastes a lot better.
What are you doing, bro?
And your 84 Land Rover's got too much rust in it. Adam said, Hannah, John Deere said, I'm enjoying a cup of coffee. Well,
Yeah.
Boggy
Oh,
says,
good.
don't do real events. I'm more of a late night
You're okay.
takeover and road closing person anyway. That's one thing that I don't want part of, but to each its own. If that's what you do, that's you and yours. I like to go where it's event kind of controlled. I don't like the chaos of the, everybody does crap. That's where people normally get hurt. But that to each his own. Adam said, is it Dan T? I believe I have video proof. Michael said, Adam said, what up, JD? Freedom says, Lane could just become a Cajun coach. Boggy says, I don't know Italian. Actually, I only English. Jane said, Pops, you got 40 likes. I'll be dang, I sure do, Jane. Thank y'all very much. I do appreciate it.
TYVM.
Boggy said, flunked my Spanish classes in high school. Shannon said, how's Madison doing? She's doing good. Carlos said, what he is trying to say is, get lost, troll. Jane said, Boggy is younger. He'll outgrow the chaos. Lotus says, we all got that, Carlo. Freedom says, y'all definitely love the cruising. It's a week-long event with hot rods. What's the when did you say it was? What's the dates? If you don't mind me asking. Boggy said, I don't know. Hannah says, I am Matthew's daughter, Adam. Carlos says, well blocked this shithead. John Deere said, I seen a solid black woolly worm. That what does that mean?
It means it's
It
gonna
means
be
it's going to be a bad winter. That's what I'm saying. It's, again.
I've seen a couple solid black ones, but we found one yesterday that was solid brown.
Yeah, a lot of times they're black and then brown or brown and then black, but this one was all brown. It might have been a young one. That got us black yet, but I don't know, but we'll see. Antonio says, and black looking at the profile. AM back looking at the profile. Freedom says October. All right, we'll have to put that down and look that up. Google, remember that.
October, what is it, summer nights?
No, it's
Oh,
the
Sunrise
Mississippi,
Cruiser?
and yeah,
Oh, Mississippi Cruise.
yeah.
Okay.
Joe said 6.7. What is 6.7?
We got a 6.7 Power Stroke and a 6.7 Cummins.
Let's
Either way,
see.
Gary.
Jane says, Antonio, you need to put up some pics and videos. Wally said, do you prefer the V8 from Mopar or the making from the Toyota? Don't answer. He's just trying to get you to say something in the video. Good try, Wally. Wally. Buggy says, I like my chaos. I feels like home, and it's not like it's illegal anymore. I haven't closed the road in like 3 years, and only take over the drag strip on Saturdays in the summer. Like I said, each its own. I misunderstood what you had in there before. I thought you said close down the street.
Like a takeover.
Yeah, I thought that's what he said, the takeover type
But now
deal.
he's talking about he takes over the drag.
Right, and like I said, I probably misread it. I apologize. Antonio said, will do. Nightmare said, what biker club is this? Don't
Never
recall
got
anybody
friends.
saying there was a biker club.
The ice cream family.
Yeah, I like ice cream. Hannah said it means I am
Ice cream,
using my
ice
first
cream.
language because y'all can translate it. Well, I mean, to each his own, but we can translate English a lot easier. But anyway, John Deere said, hit the like button, please. Shannon said, I've seen when you open them up, it looks like a spoon. That means a lot of snow. I have heard we're going to get a lot of snow this year. Now, again, you know, we've already had our first dusting, so, and we normally don't start getting anything to after Christmas. So it would not surprise me whatsoever. John Deere says, only know if you Spanish words, aloha means. Okay, baby. I
Yeah,
love you.
she's definitely tired.
Love you.
And she's kind of getting on my nerves.
You'll be good, okay?
Hey, do you have like a gallon Ziploc bag? And she seems to like doing that.
In here.
Everybody, I think it's time for me to make like a baby and head out because Addie's getting a little tired and she's being a handful.
Where's my rubber band?
I was playing with it earlier.
I didn't ask you if you was playing with me. Where's my rubber band?
Wait, right here, my arm.
Take that one off your arm anyway. Your mommy told you to stop putting stuff on your wrist.
I know.
Everybody,
I was
thank y'all for
saying
coming in.
He's gonna act like a tree and leave.
F trees.
Y'all be careful. Love y'all.
Hold on.
Grease spot. Uh-oh.
What?
Hey, close that door. It's hot in here. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Jonathan, know if it's means hello. Hannah says it's easier for me.
Oh,
Easier for me to just type in Spanish. Okay.
love you.
Love you. Y'all be
Bye,
careful.
everybody.
John Deere says, I hate autocorrect, screws everything up. Sorry, Randy, it's good. Boggy says, I used to take over, you don't miss. Used to do takeovers, you didn't miss. Understand, I just, my takeovers is different now. I'm back in the 2010s. Oh, okay. Antonio says, hey, Jane, I got a question to ask you. Are you family of his? Everybody in here is our YouTube family. We all are one great big family. Let me catch up here. I'm getting some things here. See, well, he's gone. Sorry, Shannon. I'll read slow. I'll tell him you told him good night. Amy says, hi everyone. Hannah says, but I can type in English also. It'd be easier for us, but you do as you please. I can always translate. Freedom says, Bollocks and Long Beach to me have the best on cruising. I love to get on it and do that. JH7 says, hi, hello. Adams, Adam renewed his membership. Awesome. Thank you, Adam. Jane San Antonio, I'm not a blood relative, but we consider each other family as your YouTube channel. That's right, Jane. Big Dog, hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. We did, and hope you did too, Big Dog. Freedom said safe travels. Thank you. Amy says hi, everyone. Boggy says take care, Randy. Antonio said, Jane, thanks for letting me know. Gemini, the liquor's calling me these shots now, Randy. That's right. Freedom's at 777. God almighty, why did we plug that damn thing back up? Let's see. Freedom, what is your first name, if you don't mind? Reason I ask is if you become a member, I've got to order 2 more, and like we got Clayton at Lotus RC, and you'll have your name at Freedom 777, so it shows your YouTube channel, If you'll tell me that, I'll write it down. I have to go order some more tomorrow, and I'll order yours too. Dan said, hit the like button. Also, you got told me to get Freaky Insider quick in Louisiana 3 years ago. Really? Because I've never been to Louisiana. Derek said, greetings from Michigan. Michigan, let me write that down. I will get that a pin in it. Freedom says safe travels for your son and baby girl. Let's see. Anthony says looking for war stories. Anthony sent Husky for 800 jewels. Nickel Pony says hey Pops and everyone. Jane says hi Nickel. Freedom says, Freedom's MS Columbia, Mississippi. But what do you want, Freedom's, what do you want your sign to say back here behind me? It shows your name and the YouTube channel. Hannah says, I thought that wall was mods. No, the wall is for members. And the people that's on the wall pay $4.99 a month to help contribute to the YouTube channel. Antonio says, well, Randy, I normally wouldn't do this to anytime you go live, and the fact you always read our message, including mine. My grandfather passed away about 3 summers ago, but you really do see you as him. Well, thank you, Antonio. I do try to read everybody's message. I'm trying to do something on this live that you don't see anywhere else on the channels, and I want it to be one big, great big family is what I'm shooting for. I got a heck of a start here. There's a lot of dang good people in here. I hope you keep coming back. Nickel Pony said, hi, Miss Jane. Hope not too cold up there for you. Freedom said, that's what we are about, grandchildren and our children. That's right. Antonio says, and it's sad because I haven't gone over, but you really do help. I try. Thank you. I really do try to help. Shannon said, night, Big Randy. Have a good night, and have a get up at 4:15. I'm not far behind you, Shannon. I got to get up at 4:50, but good night, and I hope everything goes good. You got sweet dreams. Jane said, Nico, it's freezing, 28. BHW Gaming said, greetings from Texas. We'll write Texas down. We'll get you a pen. We'll get you a pen in the world map. Thank you for stopping in. Hannah says, Derek, what part of Michigan? James said, Antonio, we do feel like family here. Jane said, welcome, Texas. The Chaos God. What's... Yeah. Where's the coat? Here you go. Going good. That's what, I can't get her name down, but I told them I had to reorder. Alright, let's see. The Chaos God said, what's 33 plus 34? Antonio said, let's see, you're looking at 67. That's true from now on here and out. I see all of my brothers and sisters. That's right. You please keep coming back. We do, we try to help out. We've had some calls here that we've all chipped in and had to help out. And we all try to help each other out. Look at that. 47 thumbs up. Thank y'all very much. Let's see what we got here. Nickel Pony said it's 40 in my part of Texas right now, but the wind making it feel colder. Boggy says, and I'm right behind you, Pops. I get up at 5. Adam says, guys, I got to get going. Y'all have a great night. You too, Adam. Thank you for stopping in, and do appreciate you doing the silly little YouTube thing and contributing. Thank you. Jane says, take care. Adam, BHW Gaming says, it's 38 right now in Texas. Feels like 32. Low is 31. Morning, it's going to feel like 26. John Deere said 27 tonight, freezing my butt off. That's not really what he said, but y'all understand it. Hannah says, hi from Hillsdale, right here, Michigan. Jane said, Jacob, you're in Tennessee? Question mark. John Deere, what's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good day. Let's see. Let's see. John Deere said, yes, Jane, I'm in Tennessee. Dan, appreciate your comments. They do help, and I really appreciate everybody coming in here talking. I'm not going to read your comments when you're trying to get me to say stupid crap. So let's go on down here to Carlo. He's got something good to say. What is the benefit of the stream if it has a lot of thumbs up? It really nothing, Carlo. It just shows that everybody's coming in, and YouTube sees it as interaction. That and they'll push it out more if we got more thumbs up and more people reacting and talking. And the more people we get talking, and it's not bots, it's actually people, and it's the farther they'll push the channel, and the more I'm seen out and about, in the YouTube world. Antonio said, no, but it's crazy because I meant you on the same day. I felt like this ending it, but I went on YouTube this hoping to cheer. I came across you, and you really help also if you don't believe me. Listen, that's what it's all about. Like I said, we did have somebody in here talking the same thing, what you're saying. A lot of people dove in and helped me find out who and get him some help. So believe me, we're right here with you. Freedom says, what JD? I guess they're calling JD as John Deere. Boggy says, John Deere, what you doing on my block? BHW Gaming says, lol. Texas A&M just gifted their little brother Texas a bowl game. Texas sucks this season. Freedom said, what part, JD? Antonio says, go on Google and search Lands Break Death. It will show you. I'll have to look it up at another time. I'm doing good just to be able to read the comments. John Deere says a tractor. Freedom. Hannah says, yeah, Hillside is about 30 minutes from Michigan, about an hour from Ohio. Freedom says, I know I am in the earthwork business. Where are you? You may have told me. I believe you did. It's not around here. Where'd you say you was from, Freedom? Jane says, Antonio, we see the positive benefits of this channel daily. Carlos says, okay, I see, pups. Boggy says, John Deere, what you doing in my neck of the woods, buddy? Freedom says, we use, and cat. See, we're looking for a skid steer now. You don't know nobody got a good one, do you? I'm needing I would like to get a Kubota, but we're looking for a skid steer here. ABM says, we're not talking about that either, ABM. Thanks for the comment, but we're not doing that. Antonio said, that is my grandfather's name. Antonio, or that's it. Boggy said, did you ever pin Olivia's friend Pops? Yes, I did. Jane said, Antonio, your grandfather was Gus. Uh, Freedom says northeast Mississippi. Okay. I didn't know how far you were. If you Mike could get me a deal on a skid steer. That's what I was trying to see how far you were away, because we need one bad. Lotus says we have a John Deere skid steer. I'd love to get my hands on it. I need one bad. Blake says, what do you do for work? For our full-time job, I am a track inspector on the railroad, and Randy is a conductor / engineer on the train side. He drives the train, and I make sure the track is safe for the trains. Freedom said, worked in North Carolina for a while. Awesome. Others said, it breaks a lot. I've heard that about them, but like I said, I've used a lot a New Holland wide track 323, I believe it is. And then the guy let us use that Kubota 75. I would like to have a Kubota 95, but it's like it right at 100 horsepower. That's really what I'm looking for. Let's see. Lotus said them Kubotas are real nice. Yes. Antonio says Gus, no, his name was Lance Banks. That shows his name and tells how he passed away. Oh, okay. Now I understand what you told me to look up. I do have it wrote down so I can look it up. Freedom says, I know a direct Bobcat guy, gentleman that worked with Son. Cool. I'll take, if any information that you want to send, it's neverdoneprojects@gmail.com. Like I said, we are looking. I've never messed with a Bobcat, but I've heard some horror stories, but I have heard horror stories about all of them. So right now I'm looking for something between 75 and 100 horsepower. I would like to have a closed cab with heat and air, but that's not a deal breaker. Boggy says all three of them, question mark. Marlon says, like done watching from Philippines. All right, thank you. Man, 49 likes. We're gonna break 50 tonight. Thank y'all very much. That really makes me feel good. Marlon's waving. Thank you. Dan is. I was watching out. I was hanging out watching the live stream with my friends, and they all love it. Thank you. Antonio said, wait, how do I become a member? You go on to down there where it shows the $, I believe, and you go become a member, and it costs $4.99 a month. If you do it, then you get your name inside and you get a name on the outside. I've got to go tomorrow and order 3 more names, and that way we can put them up. And like I said, we got a members wall out at the road. But it's like, I think there's 2 steps. One's $4.99 a month and one's $8.99 a month. Most people do. But like I said, we don't force somebody to do it, but it does help the channel out. It helps support the channel. John Deere says, I'd love 2 old John Deeres. They were my favorite. It only said, or Aladdin. Raccoon said hi. Hello, Raccoon. 52. Awesome. Let's see. Antonio says, Adam. Raccoon said hi. Lotus said, yeah, the skid steers has a busted hydraulic line right now on one and one of the drive wheel lines. Freedom says, Bobcat HF are badass. I'd love to try one out just to see. Shannon said, have a good night, Randy. Stay warm. Thank you, Shannon. You too. Boggy said, CO and Marza and Kobe, question mark. John Deere said, says 50 right now, Randy. Yeah, I'm showing 52. That's awesome. John Deere said, hit the like button. Antonio said, that's cool. Freedom said, I'll talk with his dad tomorrow morning and ask him. All right, I do appreciate it. Raccoon says, how are you, Rich? And I'm doing fine. Hope you are, Raccoon. Rich says, howdy. Pug's in the house. Pug says, hi, Randy. Figured I'd give a couple of thumbs up. I do appreciate it, Pug. I really wanted to call and come see you this weekend, but nothing seemed to go right. Everything seemed to be turned upside down and going in reverse all weekend. So I apologize, but I was really trying to get over and see you. Buggy said, CO lives in Arizona. I think Rose's for sure she's up in Maine. I know one of them we did, but I will ask Randy. Let me write it down. And Buggy, y'all are welcome to send a email if they want to, if it's where I can put it, and I will be gladly put a pin up because I love to see the pins go up in the map. Pug said, "Lowell, same with me, my friend. I'm telling you, nothing bad other than today I had to go to the doctor, with the dizzy spells. Other than that, it just seems like, now it's been a peaceful weekend, don't get me wrong, but it just seems like everything has not went as planned. But everybody's safe. Doctor said I wasn't dying, so that's a plus." Buggy says, you haven't talked to them since they all left, but I'll try my best. All right. Like I said, Olivia might know, and I'll put a pin in because, like I said, I really enjoyed having the pins in there. And Tony said, glad it wasn't nothing serious. They said it was vertigo, which they said vertigo is no joke, but I do have some medicine, but I still get a small little, I guess until it goes away, the medicine takes a hold good. But it scared me. I thought I was having a heart attack or a stroke. I wasn't telling nobody. I was just, finally it got to the point where I went to the doctor. So, but they say vertigo is nothing to shake a stick at, but at least I'm not dying. That's what I told the doctor. He said I wasn't dying. I said, that's all I'm worried about. Everything else can be took care of. Pug said, yep, my daughter's wedding is next Saturday, so this coming week is going to be busy. Whew, I bet so. Well, if there's anything we can do for you, Pug, you let us know. I'm hoping things slow down. I want to pick your brain about an idea I got. Once our busy lives slow down a little bit. Case Stretcher said, my wife and her dad has vertigo. Not fun. No, my father-in-law had it or has it. And they say it, it's really, it's nothing to play with. Maple Brown, do you smoke fags? I do not. That's, I don't think it's good for you, but I just do not. Pug said, cool. I'm getting behind, way behind. I really need to get caught up. Antonio said, congratulations on the wedding for your daughter, parked up garage. Buggy said, I was picking on my kid and told her she can't get married until old and bald like you. Well, don't tell her that I'm not bald, I'll shave it. Pug said, thanks, Antonio. See, Kay Stratcher said, my wife uses, or however it's spelled for vertigo. They give me some medicine. I ain't even read it. They just, what the name of it? It says take twice a day. I don't even know what it is. I hadn't even read it yet. Boggy's laughing. Man, I can't believe I got 19 people in there and 53 thumbs up. I want to tell y'all, thank y'all. That is awesome. Let's see. Freedom says, congrats on your incoming family and your daughter. Antonio says, I'm only 14, but tonight at 8:12, I got to head to work. I started work when I was 14, so I understand. James said, Antonio, your grandfather was occupational therapist? Question mark. Boggy says, do we like the boy Pug? Pug is an awesome. Pug is my age or a little bit older. Yes, Pug is a very good man, very intelligent man too. Antonio said, yes, ma'am / sir. Med says, he is handsome. Well, thank you. Hit that like button for me. 55, awesome. Park said, thanks, Freedom. Freedom says, you're welcome, Pug. Park. Antonio says, he worked at I don't know. Cucumber waving. Hello, Cucumber. Park said, yes. Buggy. James said, he asked about Pug, figures son-in-law. I tell y'all what, if I could figure out how to charge people for turning around, we'd pay this place off in about a month. Let's see. Med says, damn, so great. Boggy says, kid must be a good person if you like him. There ain't no kid about it, but he's a damn good person, I can tell you that. He's done more for me than anybody in here will ever know. Boggy says, yeah, the son-in-law. Antonio says, oh, you're talking about, oh, never mind. Yeah, son-in-law's got to be good to be joining that family. Antonio says, ATOA. Jake says, Antonio, a very good profession. I'm sure he is missed. Daryl says, I'm back. Welcome back, Daryl. Daryl, we done jumped up to 55 thumbs up. Can you believe that? That's good for us. Antonio said, yes, he is still missed to the day. Thank you for your understanding. Boggy says, yo, Mac, how are you, brother? Daryl said, Pug. Daryl says, heck yeah. I got about 15 more minutes. It'd be nice to click off 60 tonight. That'd be absolutely phenomenal. Daryl says, I'm good. Migraine's finally leaving. Good. Buggy said, get the harness on today now. UTA just to make sure everything is on right and ready to roll. Then I'm done with the Supra. Awesome. Lotus says, should I hit the like button again? No, please don't. Not unless it's a different account. Don't take it away, please. Daryl said, nice. Oh, no, you didn't. Boggy, I know you didn't just, not Boggy, Lotus, I know you didn't just do that. You little turd. Park said, he's an engineer for Caterpillar. Daryl said, here. Lotus said, I didn't. Oh, Well, it went down to 54 when you said that. It just went back up because Daryl went with more, Mac. So we're back at 55. Somebody took it away. Antonio said, I miss my grandfather so much. My life almost ended because I wanted to be with him again and at least one more time. I understand, but don't do a permanent solution for a temporary problem. You'll see your grandfather again. Just hang tight. Believe me, I'd like to see mine too. Other than Jesus Christ, my grandfather's the only person that ever walked on water, if you ask me. And I sure would like to sit down in the room and talk to him again. Man, don't even like talking about it. Boggy says, my bad. Boggy's laughing. Lotus said, I was going to say, give me $1, I won't. I was framed. Yeah, somebody framed you, Lotus. They waited on that one. Daryl said, I gotta get the dog. Be right back. All right, Daryl. Lotus said, it wasn't me. It was the Muffin Man. Screw the Muffin Man. And Donald said, amen. Lotus said, it was the Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? Boggy says, you're greedy as hell, Lotus. Portia said, it's hammered again. Yeehaw! Just lost everything. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. Lotus says, oh, Drew Willie Lane. Yes, I know the Muffin Man. It's amazing we're sitting here talking about kids' movies like that. Wish I could remember the songs that was on those things. Daryl says, I'm back. Welcome back, Daryl. See, Lotus says, hey, I only said $1. That's not greedy. Hey, big man, let me hold $1. Boy said, the Muffin Man was found dead, drowned in milk. Missing a leg or an arm. Freedom says, very wise man, and old Con told me, family around my table in his kingdom, he is 100% right. We will one day. That's right. Carlos said, hey, Lotus, you back. Lotus said, should have kept him Muffin mouth shut. That's right. John Deere said, toot. Jane San Antonio, you look, will you follow in grandfather's footsteps? Question mark. Daryl said, hit the like button, get to 60. Yes, please, that'd be awesome. I don't need, but it shows 5 more, but I have to have 6 for whatever reason it does that. But if I got 6 more, that'd give me 60 for tonight. That would be absolutely phenomenal. John Deere said, autocorrect. Hi. Lotus said, what's up, Carl? I like them French fries. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys. Please. Buck said, Mac, I hit the like button so hard we both had to take a crap. Carlos said, my 1107 caliber is coming in the mail today, Lotus. Lotus said, all right. I take it that's a good thing. I have no idea what it is. Oh, yeah, dude, 1107 carburetor. Never mind. Mikey said, it's my friend Gabe, owner's birthday, and he's a fan. Awesome. Hit that like button for me. Tell him happy birthday. Antonio said, I much as I would like to, I know he would have wanted me to. What I would have liked to carry on the news story, Jane. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You hit my thumbs up, please. Lotus said, look up how to clip the metering spring will give you more fuel flow. I do it to all my 1107s. Carlos said, will do, Lotus. And Tony said, no, they're stuck at 55 likes. We got to get higher. Well, there went 56, but we don't have but about 8 more minutes. We'd have to get a few more in here, but hey, you never know. There's Robert. Robert said, WWE SmackDown return. Pat McFree. Fee. Robert, hit that like button for me, please. Antonio said, Daryl said, R3 head home. Yeah, baby girl was really getting gibberish or acting a fool a little bit there. So he knew she was tired. She was running around wide open. She loves playing here. And you could see it in Randy's eyes. He was tired too. Daryl says she was whooped. Yeah, she was. And she just sitting in here in the live, she was playing around. You could tell she was tired. If I could have picked her up and put her in my lap, she would have been still for about 2 minutes. She'd have probably went to sleep. And I probably would have too. Lotus said, I'm tired too. No, Lotus, I'm not putting you in my lap, singing you a lullaby. Antonio said, all right, brother, I get ready for work. Hope you go live tomorrow by all my friends and family. Antonio, I do. It's 6 p.m. tomorrow. Every single day I do it. So look forward to seeing you again. Lotus said, good night, all. Good night, Lotus. Daryl said, come on, y'all, 4 more likes. Daryl said, Lotus said, I hope not. Pug said, bye, Antonio. Lotus says, we may have to fight. Lotus said, Pugs up. Jane said, take care, Antonio. Heck, if I don't get no more 55, 56, that's still going to be awesome. I do appreciate everybody coming in and doing it. So I'll take what I got. I do appreciate it. We don't have about 6 more minutes, and then everybody jump over to Daryl. Let's see. Antonio says, I'll be there. Hope to see you all there, Jane and Pug. Most of the people will be back tomorrow. Pug's a hard man to tie down. He is so busy. So if he makes his presence, you know he's resting because he's wide open. Free said, nothing wrong with that. Babies are the best. Yes, they are. She's very, territorial. She does not want her sister to get any attention. I can tell you that. John Deere said, amen, freedom. I am still showing 2 hours and 8 minutes for last night's video. Freedom said, amen, 100. Buck says, you look like you don't hire people. Well, we don't do enough business to hire people. We do our own stuff here. Jane said, take care, everyone. See you in the feud. See you, Jane. Thank you for stopping in. Daryl said, wow. Mike, I think I got to tell your internet company I want a refund this month. I need to, definitely. Buck said, James Eyes. Lion said, this guy's a real gangsta. Lion, how about you and Buck give me a thumbs up real quick, please? I need to, Mike. I'll tell you what. I really, the way it is, I thought we was going to be able to get high speed, but Randy called the other day and said, it'd be next year this time. John Deere said, what up, Long Ranch Garage? Randy just arrived at home. Freedom said, that saying we have down here, your business will grow. Freedom, if you answered me a minute ago, I did not see it. Your sign says at Freedom's 777. Do you want your name in front of the at symbol, or you just wanted to read Freedom 777 for your name on the wall? Daryl says, he at home or the in-laws? They're at home, his house. Mike said, JD. We'll do it either way you want to, Freedoms. We can do it with your name, or we can do it just on Freedoms, because we do have to order 3 tomorrow. Mike said, Pug. Okay, Freedom 777. All right, that sounds good to me. We'll put the order in tomorrow, and what did well, I did not write it down, Nick. What did you want yours? If you did, I didn't. What did you want on yours, Nick? Nick Pony, Nickel Pony. John Deere said, Bigfoot behind you. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Just put Nickel Pony. All right. Yeah, that's what Randy might have told that. That'd be great. But I am going to order them tomorrow. So, all right, let's see. Freedom, that's us. 777-MSAL. Now, is that Freedom or Freedoms with an S? And everybody that, while I'm getting this last little bit of information, Daryl is going on his premiere. Jump over on Metal Art Customs and continue the conversation here. I do appreciate everybody. Y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. And let's see. Chris says, you look awesome today. Well, thank you. Just by the way, I look awesome every day, but I do appreciate it. Hit that like button for me, please. My name is Wade. Okay, well, I can put Wade at Freedom 777 if you want me to. That's what everybody else does. Nickel Pony said night all. But anyway, I appreciate everybody coming in. I ended up with showing 56, but for whatever reason, YouTube takes one away when I end it. So I'm going to end it with 55 likes. Thank y'all. I do appreciate it. Y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this, and Okay, I got you. Y'all have a good day, good night, and remember, keep it silly. See y'all tomorrow at 6. See ya.